set goals, yearly goals, quarterly goals, monthly goals, weekly goals, daily goals, and have a strategy to work with so you can achieve those goals. Be social media goals, sales goals, publicity goals, whatever your angle focus right now is. Quantify your goals and track them. For daily targets, look at the end of the day. For quarterly, look at the end of the quarter. You don't want to sail in the dark. You don't want to waste your drive for nothing. Do you have goals as a business person? Or you are flowing, you are going with the flow? Now, I understand we all have goals in terms of growth. We want to grow. Maybe we have even an ideal figure that we want to be achieving eventually. But have we broken down our goals to monthly targets, to yearly targets, and then quarterly targets, monthly targets, daily targets? There are people who go far to even put hourly targets, right? Because without having targets, is like sailing in the dark. You are putting your best, but you do not have a specific benchmark to measure your effort. So today we are going to talk about goal setting while I am still sorting the batch for my new collection, so I could iron and put on the shelves. If you see me looking at it, chances I'm looking at the shop. There is a client approaching. My name is Miriam. I'm a business owner. I have a fashion brand called Afro Glam, and I'm sharing with you my journey, hoping that you'll resonate, hoping that you will feel seen, and hoping that you will feel understood as well. It's the way that I also journal my progress, to be honest. All right, so goal setting. Have you set your, where did I put this? Have you clarified what your goals are? To the nitty gritties, like what are your yearly targets in your business? And now the targets can have many faces. They could be, for instance, marketing targets, social media growth targets, like I want to reach 10,000 more accounts, for instance, and I'm looking forward to reach this number of people per quarter, for instance. So have you broken down? One thing that I've learned, and I'm learning again and again, is truly shoot to the moon. Aim for the moon, and if you want to succeed, you will end up among the stars. I'm seeing again and again that my targets are there, but what I achieve is here. Now, if I aimed for 10K and I am getting 3K, it can be discouraging. However, it is telling me you still have a mile to walk. Now, imagine if I didn't have targets. So long as you're making some profits, or at least sometimes it's not even a profit, it's the feeling of having money coming in and out, it may make you feel like you are making huge progress. Whereas if you were to look at your targets, you'll realize you are way behind. So the good thing about having targets is having a place to measure your progress yourself, even before another person tells you are growing or not, right? Yes. So I am learning, as I'm seeing in my business, my targets are slowly materializing. I have not yet met my monthly targets, leave alone my yearly targets for sales. Some days, like today, I am almost crossing my daily. Oh, look, my camera shook. Today, for instance, I'm almost crossing my daily sales target, at least for the physical store. But it's not always like that. But it's good to have that number because, for instance, I know now. I know how much I need to make today to meet and surpass that goal. If I didn't have this goal, today wouldn't be special because it would be like any other day. I wouldn't feel like I've achieved something. You know what I'm saying? So I'm challenging you as a fellow business person who has a starting business, who understands the hurdles of starting, who understands that sometimes setting goals can be overwhelming because you're thinking, oh dear, I've just started literally posting. I met a beautiful couple that have just started a business near me recently, and we were talking and they were telling me of how they are literally starting their social media. Now I understand if you are starting to post on social media for the first time and you hear somebody talking about targets, you might say, please give me some rest. I'm already depleted out here. It's a long mile to walk. However, having targets will allow you to know your progress, and it will give you motivation. Look at this. The goal is to not set targets so high that you are demotivated. No, 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 no. I'm not talking about saying you have started your social media today, you don't have a clear strategy yet. Sometimes you don't have a budget, because if you are a young business, solo entrepreneur like me, your budget, chances are it is limited. So you do not have all around resources waiting for you to deplete them. Now, setting a target in this environment means you have to be realistic. You are not going to say, I want to have 100 million followers tomorrow. You need a strategy. I mean, you may go viral and that number could be achieved overnight, but the truth is viral moments are not just daily moments. If you have learned how to go viral and you've come to a space where you go viral almost every day, good for you, because growth will be multiplied exponentially. However, if you are starting, you can say, okay, I'm starting my social media now. I'm saying in this quarter, I at least need to have 1,000 new followers, depending on how much you are willing to put in the work. Because the thing about targets, the target you put, you need to be willing to put in the work as per the proportion of your goals, right? You want 1,000 new followers? Yeah, you need to show up daily. As per every other business person, I would encourage you to show up on your social media at least daily, minus the days that you are resting, which for me is Saturday and Sunday. So depending on your schedule. But if you're gonna say I'm gonna get 100,000 followers for this quarter, honey, you need to work through that. Oops, not my clothes is falling. You need to put enough work, enough capital to strategize enough to arrive to that space, right? So all this to say, targets allow you to measure your mile yourself. It will motivate you. It will tell you what is the work you need to do to get there, and it will challenge you to put in place a strategy. Yes, a strategy, my friend. So here is to telling you, today is the day. I am very near my sales targets for the day. So yeah, let's see how the rest of the day goes. All right. So thank you. Please let me know, what business are you doing? What line of business are you in? How is your business going? Have you set goals? Are you achieving your goals? Do you have strategy? Because you need to have strategy to achieve your goals. And how often do you measure your progress? Do you measure your progress daily? The good thing about having daily targets is like what I've just told you. I am aware of how far my sales today go. Yesterday it was not like that. Yesterday I didn't meet my daily targets, but I was also aware. I did more work though. I posted on social media. I did shoot more content. So while the foot flow in the shop was small, while I didn't have a social media order, because hey, great news to tell you, this week I have had 2 orders from my online audience. It's a new store, and I had 2 orders. One of them bought 2 items, one bought 1. Glory to God. Right? So, but it was not yesterday. Yesterday I did not have an order from online. Right? So, at least having targets allows me to know that, honey, you did not get no sale. You did not cross the threshold. Till next week, please do not forget to subscribe. I appreciate you. Bye.